Guys, I am telling you that you need to go on a monthly adventure. It will be one of the best things you ever do for yourself. And I'm talking about like a monthly adventure in nature. You can see the beauty around me. It's very magical, very foggy, very mystical. It's so beautiful. I hear the wind. Occasionally the birds are chirping, and it just feels like a beautiful, harmonious song, and I'm just walking through it. But you guys seriously need to be going on a monthly adventure where you just go by yourself into some cool nature spot and just allow whatever to come up. Allow whatever's going to come up to come up, because nature has a way of reconnecting ourselves to our roots, to our deepest truths, to what really matters. And if you do this on a monthly basis, then you're always going to be connected to your truth and what really matters. Because as we go through life, this journey that we call life, this human existence, we can get so disconnected from our heart, so disconnected from our truths and what really matters. We can get so caught up in this work, this grinding mentality, just trying to get by, just trying to survive, or always striving for more, always trying to be more. And this can produce a very restless body and mind. I know I've been in this state of restlessness lately with my business stuff and, the entrepreneurial endeavors. Yeah, I get very, very restless. And in a way, I kind of am. I'm talking kind of fast right now, but what I do feel right now is I feel more connected to my core, to my roots than I've felt in a long time. It really does pay dividends to go on a monthly adventure, a soul trip, as we like to call it. Because when we're in that go mentality, when we're in that, restless, keep pushing for more, it can be very soul numbing. It can be very spiritually impoverishing. And what these monthly adventures are meant to do is to nourish your soul. That's why it's called a soul trip. No one in the history of mankind has ever immersed themselves in nature and felt worse afterwards. It's an intrinsic feature of reality to feel more whole, feel more harmonious within yourself when you spend unobstructed time in nature. It's just a feature of existence. It's just, because this is where we were born from. This is where we came from. This is just life. This is just the universe being itself, unobstructed by anything. That's what this stuff is. That is what this stuff is. And now I'm faced with a choice. We have 3 ways to go. Where will we go? I want to go right. I've never gone this way before. I've been here a couple times before. Well, I've never gone any of the ways before, but just right feels right to me. And yeah, just don't even have an agenda. Just when you get to a crossroads like that, just go wherever your heart tells you to go. I felt like going right, so I went right. But yeah, it's an intrinsic feature of reality to feel more whole and feel more harmonious within yourself after you go in nature. Like I said, no one in the history of mankind ever felt worse after immersing themselves in nature. It's an intrinsic feature to feel better after going in nature, because what we as humans have done is we've completely constructed and built our society, this capitalistic society, based on just human ego stuff. We've dominated over nature to create our cities. We're obsessed with this mentality of infinite growth, of keep striving for more and more money, more and more progress, more and more profit. And sometimes you just gotta go on a monthly adventure, get back in nature, slow down a little bit, and this allows you to think about what really matters, allows you to connect with yourself. Look how fucking beautiful these trees are. It is extraordinary. Extraordinary. I'm in one of the most beautiful places in the world right now. And I'm here on a random Wednesday because I knew no one would be here. And it's been raining too, so I really know no one was going to go out here today. But I love the rain. I love getting wet. It feels very nourishing. It makes me feel alive. Like I want it to start pouring right now because I want to get wet and I want to feel that. I want to feel alive. But I already do feel alive right now anyway. I feel so good. What our species is being called to do now is to actually live in a more harmonious way with the environment. And so when we're separated from this environment and we're so in the human world for so long, the human world of work, the human world of, pursuing status, the human world of relationships, even like family and friends, all of that is important and a necessary component of life. But what nature allows you to do, and I'm talking more about solo nature trips or nature trips with very close friends in which you are, openly communicating, being authentic, and speaking your deepest truths. Nature, just being in nature, at least for me, this is how I've always felt whenever I've been in nature. It's how I feel right now, is that I just feel connected to my soul. I feel connected to what really matters, which at the end of the day is just love, is just positivity, is just being a good human, being a loving human, evoking love in the world. That's really all that matters at the end of the day. And that's all that we humans are seeking at the end of the day. When with our go mentality of work, of always, seeking something more in life, what we're after at the end of the day is just love. We want to feel whole. We want to feel complete internally. That's what we're all after. And so what a soul trip can do is help you feel that internal wholeness more. Realize that you are complete. And then when you go back into the human world of work and relationships and personal development and everything, you can do it in a way that is more in alignment with your soul, in a way that is more healthy and harmonious to you, and is not toxic to your way of being. Another thing what a soul trip can do is it can, well, obviously it makes, oh fuck, I almost fell into some mud. But this is the good part about being on a soul trip, is it really makes you be very direct with your experience. And if you're in your head too much, you're gonna fall in some mud like I almost did right there. It really makes you very immediate, very in your sensory environment, very tactile, which is good because the goal is to be present, is to not be so caught up in our personal story, our personal narrative that holds us back from actually being present, from actually being love. But of course, nature gives us a time to introspect on this story that we're living. At the end of the day, all we have is our direct experience, what's right here, right now. That's all we have. All we have is our body. All we have is our mind. All we have is our experience. And what makes life meaningful is this story that we're telling ourselves, that our mind, our ego is spinning so as to give itself this sense of permanence and this sense of safety and this sense of meaning in the world. It's all a story that you're fabricating. And this is a very important component of the human experience. And what nature allows you to do is it allows you to step outside that story for a little bit, because so much of that story is tied up in the work, in the relationships, in the friends, in the family, in this story of personal development. And what nature allows you to do, a soul trip, is it allows you to take a step outside that a little bit and You know, like imagine you have a bird's eye view, like you're in this higher plane, this higher state of awareness, and you kind of have this bird's eye view looking down on your human life and your human story, and you can just detach from it a little bit. And just from that detachment, you can see things you didn't see before. Instead of being so fused to this story, this narrative that you're living. Oh, I'm this developing person. Oh, we got a salamander right here, guys. You got a salamander right here. Very beautiful salamander. But you're not so fused to this story. I'm this developing human being. I'm on this path. I'm, providing for my family. I'm trying to become this great, loving human. You can detach from that a little bit. And you can just be present. It's very meditative, these nature walks. And to get into this meditative state, don't just go in nature for an hour or 2 hours, because it's not going to get you too far, at least. I'm talking go in deep nature. I took an hour and a half drive here today to be in one of the most beautiful nature spots in the area. I'm completely alone out here. And that's what makes it so beautiful, and that's what makes it me able to dive so deep into my own mind and my own experience, and just detach from this human narrative, just detach from this human story a little bit. So the recommendation is really immerse yourself in nature. I'm doing just a one day trip here, but if you're feeling really disconnected from yourself, if you're feeling down, you're feeling depressed, go on a camping trip for a weekend, or even go for a week, and just put away the phone, or at least use it as little as you can, and just be in nature, be one with nature. Just allow yourself to be absorbed by the natural environment. And for me personally, I think I get the most out of this stuff when I am alone. But of course, going with friends you're very close with can also be very beneficial as well. Friends that you can be completely open with, completely honest with, people that'll call you out in your bullshit and your stories and all that. That can be very, very valuable. Oh, look at that. The fog in the distance. It's just very, very beautiful. I'm feeling so in tune with myself right now. But go on a fucking soul trip. Intentional time in nature, alone. And, do it like once a month. At least do it for like one day once a month, just to reconnect, just to be one with nature for a little bit. Just do it. It will be one of the best things you ever do for yourself. Give yourself some prompts beforehand to think about, or don't, or just let yourself go wild. It doesn't really matter. As long as you're immediate with your experience. That's and diving deep into your mind and feeling your emotions and really introspecting. And then it's going to be good for you. So yeah, allow yourself to just be fucking absorbed. It's so beautiful out here. I feel so whole. Feel so in tune with myself. And I want to talk more about this human story, this human narrative, because what makes life meaningful is the story. Is like the reason we're motivated, and the reason we pursue stuff at all is because we ascribe some meaning to it. We think it's going to be valuable to us, valuable to others, valuable to our lives. We think it'll make us grow. We think it'll make us better people. And we have this story of why this thing is good, why it's valuable. And what a soul trip allows you to do is, like I said earlier, it allows you to detach a little bit from that narrative, from that story. And I encourage you to really think about the whole entire picture of this story that you're living, this life that you're living, Because so often what makes us feel disconnected, what makes us feel depressed, what makes us feel separated, what makes us feel unwhole is a part of this story, a script in this story that is not serving you, that is toxic to yourself. And maybe this story came about because of some trauma that you experienced or some negative experience that you have. But there's always like parts of us that are caught up in a part of the story. I could be like, I'm ugly, I'm worthless, I'm terrible at this thing, I'm terrible at that thing, I can never reach my full potential. Like it's like this belief that you have that you're not enough, that you're not whole, that you're separate, that you're ugly or whatever. A part of the script that's holding you back, a part of this story that is not serving you. Right? And so what isn't serving you? Who are you? Where did you come from? And where are you going? And what aspects of your meaning-making paradigm is holding you back from that? And what I'm really getting at is like a huge part of this story and this correcting of scripts and narratives is like what therapy is about. But of course, keep going to therapy, keep doing that. But nature, in a way, is like therapy too. Coming back to your roots, coming back to the natural world, coming back to the environment. There's something intrinsically beautiful about this. All of us humans experience it. We can all say, we all know nature's beautiful. There's no one ever that went into nature and felt worse afterwards. It just doesn't happen. And that's an intrinsic feature of reality, is that you reconnect with the natural environment, you reconnect with the natural world, away from all this human world, away from all this human ego stuff, and you reconnect and you feel better. It's an intrinsic feature of reality that you feel this. Everyone feels this way. No one ever went to nature and felt worse afterwards. Not a single fucking person ever said that. So just do it. Go on a fucking soul trip. Go in nature. Go by yourself. Just introspect, just think. I guarantee you do that once a month, you are gonna be growing at an exponential level, at a very rapid level. And you're gonna be a better human than you were before you started doing these soul trips. I guarantee it. Go in nature. Feels fucking good, man. Oh, I feel so good, guys. I feel so good. I am so grateful for you guys too. I love sharing and documenting my life with you guys, and I love when people are genuinely helped and moved by my work. It feels great. But even more than that, I want to send a positive message to you guys. And that message for today is go on a monthly adventure, get in nature, go on a soul trip, value your soul, value your heart, get in touch with your soul, get in touch with your heart, and just slow down, ease the restless body and mind, and live balanced. Nature helps us live more balanced. So do that, guys. And I think that's going to be it for my talks right now.